Hey guys, it's your girl King Nicole here. Everybody's favorite big sis. And I just wanted to chime in on this whole Coach Stormy situation. And so I seen posts on yesterday, but I never took out the time to take a look at the video until today. So I took a look at the video, and here's my take on that. I totally get what she was saying. I totally understand where she was coming from. But there's a but. And my but has something to do with the fact of it's not so much as what you say matters just as much as how you say what you say. And I'm learning that myself, because when you are a very blunt person, you're not quite considerate. And one of the tactics you have to learn is about being mindful of what you say and being in a space where you learn to filter your words, because what you don't want to do is hurt people. However, there is this thing where there's actually a scripture that says that you can, like the wounds of a friend. Basically, the scripture is saying that the wounds of a friend are like a friend will wound you to heal you. Your friend will not tell you something. A good friend will not tell you something just to hurt you. And so I totally get what Coach Stormy was doing. For those of you out there that has taken what she did in a space of offense, to just totally understand her background as to why she coaches the way that she coaches. And this is simply my belief. So I'll say this is my belief as to why she coaches the way that she coaches. First and foremost, those of you that have been following this lady's career for a while, you not only have you seen her growth and her evolution with her coming into her riches, but you also know, if you're familiar with the TV show Beyond the Pole, she shared on that show that is the lifestyle in which she comes from. She comes from the stripper culture. So she kind of understands that mindset. However, I don't think we take into consideration that those that are within that mindset gravitate to her as far as when they're ready to transition their lives. You know, people that understand and I want to be mindful of my words when I say this. Those who know, are from the streets, or that have, the urban area or the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? Understand the usage of that language that she used, because that is how she felt in the moment that she needed to articulate herself. However, as she stated, she's evolved when it comes to who she is and her money and things of that nature. But there also comes a time when you just transform and you do an evolution of self, to where some things you can no longer hold on to. And so not only is this a teachable moment for the young lady in the video, but this is also a teachable moment for Coach Stormy. I don't know who her coach is, but there are two types of people with money. I'm going to pull from my Urban Dictionary when I say what I'm getting ready to say. There are two types of individuals with money when you come from where Coach Stormy comes from, okay? You have what I like to call rich niggas, and then you have niggas with money, okay? And so to me, this is my belief. This is what I feel. I believe Coach Stormy is a nigga with money. And the reason being is because as she sat there were a couple of things that, as she sat there, I watched the commentary where people were saying, well, how is she telling her about hood rat behavior? And she's licking on her fingers and she's pointing over this food, and she's sitting there with her legs crotched open and things of that nature. Which I can get that, because when you lead by example. And so if you're going to speak to someone about etiquette and making sure that people are treating you the way that you want to be treated, people are gonna project to you the way that you project yourself. And so I feel that, of course she has her faithful followers and those that understand and they follow her and they want to be mentored under her. And then you have to be willing to chew the meat and spit the bone out with what this is. A lot of people are saying, oh, they're attacking her. Well, no, she has to take the same way she wants that young lady to take what it is that she's teaching her. She needs to take the criticism that is coming towards her, because the word hood rat is a trigger. That could have been a better choice of words, and there could have been a better execution as to how she delivered that. However, again, she speaks to that culture of women. And I won't lie. When I looked at the video and I looked at the plates, I could see the point that she was making. She's turning everything into a teachable moment. Well, maybe they're on a teachable she's helping her or what have you, but the young lady saw nothing wrong with it. She took it with stride or what have you. But at the end of the day, I think it's important that we allow those who need to speak to who they need to speak the language that their audience can communicate or understand better. And I'm not saying that the young lady couldn't understand a better word choice. However, she was not offended, and she did not think at all that she was calling her a hood rat. But then there comes this space in leadership to where, do we keep people broken just because we got them, just because they with us and they're after their bag? Not only do you want Coach Stormy, not only do you want to evolve these women financially, but you want to evolve these women mentally and emotionally, and I get it. And so I think the challenge for you is to start working on the way that you present yourself. Because you were on the video telling her about her plate with your legs cocked open. You were on the video telling her about her plate and how it represents her, and you were licking your fingers and putting your hands all over her plate. You just gotta embody the very thing that you're telling them to be at the end of the day. And truth be told, there's some residue that's on you. No matter how much money you have, you're going to have to address the residue that's on you. And to be offended and upset that people are giving you the same way you are wanting to be able to accept the correction from you, then you're going to have to be open to some of the correction from those on the outside looking in, because money does not mandate you and make you money does not qualify you to life coach. Now, money may qualify you to be a financial coach, but if you're going to life coach and you're going to be about the evolution of individuals as far as their character, then you're going to have to make sure that you are investing in your own character. Yeah, I wasn't impressed by you telling her that her plate looked sloppy. I wasn't impressed by that. I wasn't impressed. And then on today, I'm noticing other women that are just like, I guess they're coaches too. And so they're embodying this energy that they see Coach Stormy embodying. And then I heard her say the word low vibrational energy. I think we learn new words and then we just start throwing shit around like we really know what that means, because low vibrational energy make you say things with hood rats. Because when you are vibrating at a higher frequency, then you only speak to the divine woman within. You're not going to constantly belittle people and say like, okay, well, look how my food look and look how this look, and look, you're not making little replicas of you. Your goal as their life coach is to coach them to be the best version of them and not the best version of you. And at the end of the day, if we can all be honest with ourselves, we all have room for improvement. And here's how you know if you're operating in a low vibrational energy. When you're operating in a low vibrational energy, you're constantly comparing and you're comparing and competing. When you are not in a space of low vibrational energy, you're not comparing and competing. You're not comparing and competing. When you're operating at your highest self, because you understand who you are, and because you understand who you are, I don't have to minimize you to maximize me. And that's what I got from that. And so it was the delivery. So I'm going to reenact that conversation, okay? And then I want you guys to comment in the comment section. And I'm not justifying her behavior at all, because at the beginning of the video I said I get it, because she comes from the stripper culture, you guys. And so she has residue on her at the end of the day. And the truth of the matter, there are just some things that money can't buy. Money can't buy class. Money can't buy compassion. Money can't buy empathy at the end of the day. And so when you're a really great life coach, you have a balance of those things. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I keep hearing about all this money that she's helped people make. Maybe she should be a financial coach and not a life coach. So, because what you say matters as much as how you say it. So she started the conversation off and she did the comparison of the plates. And she said, this plate is royalty. And this plate is for a hood rat. You don't let people give you whatever they want to give you. Now, if she was trying to make that a teachable moment, it could have been everything on your plate. Do you plan on eating everything on your plate? And if the young lady would have said, I just let them put everything on here because they were serving it, then, okay, the teachable moment becomes, so how many of you are just letting people give you whatever they want to give you and not teaching people to give you what you desire at the moment, give you what you can intake at the moment, give you what you can digest in that moment? Okay, now that's a conversation to be had. But we are so caught up in what people have, what they drive, what they wear, that we allow that to equate their value. Because everybody, most of the people that are praising her saying that, a lot of them are broken within themselves and have a lot of shadow work to do, a lot of heart, searching of one's heart that needs to be done. And so, again, do I think she qualifies to be considered a life coach? Most definitely not. And that is my opinion, and and that's my free will to express this opinion. Do I believe she qualifies to be a financial coach? I do. I honestly do. She could use some rebranding, and that's the truth of the matter. Be careful with what you allow people to say to you and what you allow yourself to gravitate to. And start asking yourself, why am I okay with, if you're okay with what she said and you're making excuses about the way that she's speaking her mentees, ask yourself, like, what is that and where is that coming from? Because it just comes into the space where a change is necessary. There's a change that's necessary on Coach Stormy's behalf. There's a change that's necessary. So, guys, that is just my take on that whole conversation. Low vibrational. We just need to stop using words that we don't quite understand the mindset that goes along with what it is that we're saying. I'm your girl, Kenya. Everybody's big sis. And until next time, y'all be blessed.